So we'll be talking about the clinical examination of arterial pulse. Right? So arterial pulse is one of those things which goes with the identity of a doctor, very much like stethoscope. So it is that basic, and it is an examination which is routinely done for all patients that visit a doctor. Right? In the previous classes, you have learnt about general physical examination. Right? The general physical examination के जो headings हैं, there is a heading called as vitals. The 4 parameters we look for in vitals, right? Pulse, then respiratory rate, blood pressure and temperature. And of course after that there is a head-to-toe examination where you look for different things like pallor, icterus, cyanosis and a lot of other things. So vitals, the name tells you that these 4 things are very important. That is why the name vital. And pulse is a component of the vitals. So routinely in all patients you will be doing the examination of pulse. That's why it's important. From your background knowledge of theory, you have this idea that pulse reflects the activity of the cardiovascular system. So some way or the other, the pulse reflects the activity of the heart and the circulatory system. So diseases of the CVS, they manifest in different changes in the pulse. This is one aspect. Pulse also varies when you're dealing with other systemic diseases, like pulse varies in anemia, pulse varies in endocrine disorders like thyrotoxicosis, a hyperthyroid state. Pulse also varies to a certain extent in jaundice. Pulse might vary in various nutritional deficiencies like vitamin deficiencies. So there are various other conditions also where you will find changes in the arterial pulse. So that's why the topic seems to be small, but it is actually a very broad and a very holistic topic. Examination wise, it is not very complicated, but significance बहुत ज़्यादा है. So exam में you might need to answer a lot of things because it is that vast. Right? So how do you define pulse? So if you place your hand on the wrist, can you feel some throbbing sensation? या pulsating sensation करके देखिए सब लोग. Place your hand on the wrist like this and try to feel something. Pulsating sensation, right? Can you feel, all of you? How many? 1 or 2? 1. Which side? Lateral or medial? Which artery? Radial artery. But there are 2 arteries in the wrist. Ulnar artery bhi hai. And it is of comparable dimension. So if you place your hand like this and feel very carefully, you might come across 2 pulsations, one on the lateral, the radial artery, and one on the ulnar, right? So ये जो आपने अभी feel किया, what is that? Is it the flow of the blood or is it something else? Sure? You're feeling the pulsation. What is this pulsation actually? Is it the blood that you are feeling or something else? The arterial wall or kuch? Arterial wall. और कोई आंसर? So we are feeling the pressure wave. We are not feeling the flow of blood because flow of blood is slower. A pressure wave is generated in the aorta every time the left ventricle goes into systole. This pressure wave keeps on traveling all across the arterial system because the entire arterial system is in the form of a series circuit. It is having a structural continuity. Aorta has its branches, large arteries gives rise to smaller arteries, then arteries gives rise to meta-arterioles, and likewise. So wherever you place, you're feeling the pressure wave which was generated in the aorta and it traveled all across the arterial tree to the point you are palpating. And there are some aspects of pulse like character of the pulse and pulse volume which are felt better in the right carotid artery because this is the artery which is closest to the heart. Right? But nonetheless, these things can also be felt in the other arteries of the body. Okay, so what is the cause? Let us try to understand. So every time so let us consider a diagram of the heart. So this is the left ventricle. So at the end of diastole, that means when the heart is at rest, at the end of it, what is the amount of blood that remains in the heart? End diastolic volume. How much? Approximately how much? 120 to 130 ml. Out of this, when the heart goes into systole, when the ventricle contracts or goes into systole, stroke volume is ejected into the aorta, right? You have read about the cardiac cycle. You have read about ejection of the blood in cardiac cycle. So 70 to 80 ml is ejected during systole. If you express the same as percentage, you call this ejection fraction. Okay. Now aorta is a large artery and it has a considerable amount of elastic tissue in its wall. Now elastic tissue, when it is trying to accommodate 70 to 80 ml of blood with each systole, so what will happen? This will expand. The expansion is made possible because it has elastic tissue. So for every systole, the stroke volume gets accommodated here. And because it is elastic, expansion is followed by a tendency of recoil, right? So eventually the aorta comes back to its original configuration. As a result of this, what has happened? Now there is an expansion and now recoil. And this keeps on repeating with each cardiac cycle. So this is the pressure wave which is produced. This particular effect is called as Wien-Kessel effect. And it keeps on propagating throughout the arterial system. Is this clear? Okay, now what are the arteries that you can feel for? So let us try to locate the arteries first. So wrist we have already talked. There are two arteries, radial and ulnar. If you place your hand on the cubital fossa, you feel a pulsation on the medial side of the cubital fossa. Right? करके देखिए सब लोग. So that is which artery? Radial artery, correct. Now if you come here, in the neck you have carotid artery. But remember, carotid artery palpation it will be covered in systemic examination of CVS. Right? But one important precaution you should always remember is carotid of both the sides are never palpated together. Whenever you are asked to palpate the carotid, you always palpate only one side. So previous batches, some people are doing like this just to feel, but it should not be done because carotid supplies the brain. And this is also the place where you have a carotid sinus. Carotid sinus is what? Baroreceptors. And if, because you are all beginners, inadvertently, if you apply a little bit of more pressure, the baroreceptors, because they detect stretch, mechanical distortion, so they might get activated or stimulated because of this, and this can lead to an episode of syncope. So one has to be very careful while palpating the carotid. So you learn about the method when CVS is taken. Okay. Now if you go further upwards towards the lateral aspects of the temporal bone, this part is called the temple, you can feel, all of you can feel pulsations over here. So this is a superficial artery which is present over here. Superficial temporal artery. Similarly, if you go downwards, inguinal ligament ke round femoral triangle mein you have the femoral artery, it's a large artery. Towards the backside of the popliteal fossa, knee joint ke piche, you have the popliteal artery, and on the dorsal aspect of the feet, you have arteria dorsalis pedis. So these are various superficial arteries where you can feel the arterial pulse. But out of all of this, which one do we choose commonly? Radial artery. What is the reason? It is easy to examine. It is present in an accessible part of the body. It doesn't require much undressing and much the provisions of privacy and everything. And the surface or the floor of the artery is a bone, the distal part of the radius bone. The characteristics of the pulse can be appreciated better when the floor is bony rather than when the floor of the artery is, not the floor of the artery, but the place where it is present. If that is soft, you will not be able to appreciate the characteristics better. So these are reasons why we choose the radial artery commonly. Of course, in specific situations, you might need to examine the other arteries. So there are diseases where the arteries are inflamed, different forms of arteritis. तो arteritis में you have to examine all the peripheral pulses, all the peripheral arteries that I just mentioned. तो वो specific situations के लिए routinely we examine the radial artery. Okay, so now we'll start the examination proper. So will be the subject. Subject. Who is usually the subject in your batch?
I have been the subject a lot of times.
Okay. So you should be happy when you are examining in pulse because it does not need a lot of exposure. तो बाकी अगले दिन जिसका नंबर आएगा then we will see. चलो बैठो. He is the one who sang, no? On the day Ravindra Sangeet.
Yes.
I remember. So the doctor stands on the right side, right? So what are the prerequisites for examination? Consent is one. Consent जो implied है हमने ले लिया consent. Okay. और lighting should be adequate. Examination से पहले what are the prerequisites? So the place of examination should be proper, it should be tidy, neat, lighting should be proper, ventilation should be proper. The doctor stands on the right side as a part of the convention. Before you ask for consent, ये चीज़ I have also observed in the last two batches. Consent for what? That has to be specified, right? So prerequisite में you have to explain the procedure. This is a part of your examination. What you are going to do, you have to explain this and then take consent. तो एग्जाम में ये सारी चीज़ आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप फॉलो करने विल बी ऑब्जर्विंग, राइट? तो ये आपको बोलना है कि आई एम गोइंग टू एग्जामिन योर रेडियल पल्स, डू आई हैव योर consent, right? So now you start examining. So you use these three fingers, the index finger, middle finger and the ring finger. These three fingers are placed on the lateral aspect over the radial artery, just proximal to the wrist joint, right? You can place it on yourselves. Usually, but not necessarily, we place the index finger towards the heart. Most people are used to see this, but as I said, in standard textbooks of medicine, they do not specify कि कौन सा finger किस तरफ होना चाहिए. But usually they are used to see this. However you place, one finger will be proximally placed, one finger will be distally placed, and one will be placed in the middle. Now the function of the proximal finger is to fix the artery on the surface, bony surface, and by varying the amount of pressure, you can regulate the pressure wave that is transmitted. You know, right? So if you apply firmly, you might obliterate the pressure wave. So here, this is the function of the proximal finger. So by varying the amount of pressure applied, you can regulate. Second, we could talk about the distal finger. Distal finger helps us to prevent transmitted pulsations from the palmar arch reach the radial artery. Palmar arch also you have studied in anatomy, and ulnar artery also contributes to it, right? So when I am focusing on the radial artery, I do not want to be distracted by the other pulsations. So this is the function of the distal artery. And all the characteristics of pulse that you are going to discuss next, there are 6-7 points, we feel with the middle finger, right? तो तीनों fingers के जो function है वो अलग अलग है. Clear? What should be the position of the arm and forearm and wrist? So the part that you're going to examine, that should be rested. As you can see, this is rested. The wrist joint is semi-flexed, and the forearm is semi-pronated. So this is the position before you start examining radial pulse. In simple phrases, pen holding position. The way you hold your pen, this is the way you should be placing the hand before you start examining radial pulse. Pen holding position. Semi-flexed, semi-pronated and rested. Clear? Now all of you can, did you find the radial pulse? Right. So place all the fingers again, and this time you count how many beats that you have for full 1 minute. So these are the different parameters that you're going to examine. How much did you get? How did you count? I see a lot of you have not got watches, wristwatch. How many of you have not got a wristwatch? ये तो मुझे दिख रहे हैं. और all of you have got a wristwatch at the back. Why not? You have got a lot of things, but not a wristwatch. This side. So next week, say whenever you are coming to the clinical lab, I will be checking. You all of you should be having a wristwatch tied to your hand, right? This is where pulse examination एक basic चीज है. So where would you think? How would you count if you don't have a watch? So make sure next week onwards you have. So how much did you get? 73 beats per minute. 84 beats per minute. This side? 85. Unit के साथ बोलना है. Beats per minute. 86. 60 beats per minute. किसका है? 68. Good. Okay. So what is the normal range of pulse rate? 70. Fixed है. So the normal range is 60 to 100 beats per minute. Anywhere within this it is considered to be normal. If it is less than 60 beats per minute, it is called as bradycardia. If it is more than 100 beats per minute, it is called as tachycardia. Now you have to know some causes where you find bradycardia and tachycardia. Let's start with bradycardia. So there are some physiological states where you do not have a disease, but the resting heart rate is towards the lower side. So when you are in deep sleep, the heart rate slows down. Activity throughout the body slows down. This is one example of a physiological bradycardia. You also find bradycardia in people who have been practicing yoga for a long time, right? Because with yoga, what happens is most forms of yoga, the parasympathetic tone or the vagal tone throughout the body increases. So vagus का effect है कि it reduces heart rate. Apart from this, people or athletes, in them also you might find that the heart rate is lesser. So these are all physiological variations. Few diseases where you might get is, so one of the diseases is heart blocks. Now what are heart blocks? क्या आ रहा है दिमाग में heart block पे? Obstruction कहाँ पे? Coronary arteries. Okay, anyone from the back? Blockage of the this is the correct answer. तालियां बजाओ इनके लिए पहले सब लोग. Good. So when you say heart block, this means that the generation of impulse at the SA node and its transmission to the AV node and hence forward bundle of his Purkinje fibers, कहीं ना कहीं पे there is a interruption of impulse transmission and conduction. So this is what you call as a heart block. If it is within the AV node, we call this AV block. Bundle of Heismaker है तो bundle branch block. So likewise, these are conditions of bradycardia. Bradycardia is also seen when some medicines are given like beta blockers, digitalis, right? All of this can cause bradycardia. Bradycardia can also be seen in hypothyroidism. Hypothyroid states there is bradycardia. Moving to the other extreme, tachycardia means it is more than 100 beats per minute, right? So can you tell me few conditions? Tachycardia, exercise, and so all conditions where the circulation is hyperdynamic. Dynamic का मतलब क्या? It is having more activity. So circulatory states where it is faster and it is more vigorous, hyperdynamic circulatory states like fever, like anemia, like pregnancy, right? Like hyperthyroid states. So yes, exercise also. So in all of these conditions, the circulation is faster and more vigorous. You get tachycardia. Tachycardia is also seen in diseases of the heart itself, like tachyarrhythmias. Right? If you have multiple ectopic beats, there are diseases called as atrial tachycardia. The atrial rate is very high. If it is in the range of around 200 to say 400 or 500, you call this as flutter. Beyond this, it is so high, it is called as atrial fibrillation. तो ये टैकी एरिथमियास के अलग अलग एग्जाम्पल्स है, टाइप्स है. सो द पल्स रेट इज मोर इन ऑल ऑफ दिस. सो दिस आर एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ tachycardia. So few conditions of bradycardia and tachycardia you have to remember. Okay, causes are there in the book. I have just named a few. Moving on to the next point, rhythm. आपने अभी feel किया, you counted for full 1 minute. Did you focus also on the beat to beat intervals? क्या था beat to beat interval? नहीं है तो दोबारा करिए. Feel for some time. And try to focus now on the intervals between the beats. Are the intervals constant or is it varying? Feel करिए. Beat to beat intervals, are they constant or are they variable? पीछे कह रहे constant है? Constant है? नहीं है? Okay. आपका क्या मिला? Not constant. Not constant. ये तो normal नहीं है. So normally it should be constant. When I say that beat to beat intervals are constant, that means the rhythm is regular. अगर constant नहीं है, then the rhythm is irregular. So normally the rhythm should be regular. So then how do you explain? So there is a phenomenon called as sinus arrhythmia. Sinus arrhythmia is a condition where the breathing influences your heart rate. And how is it possible? The regulatory centers for the respiration and as well as for CVS, all of them are present at the medulla oblongata together in close proximity. So when you take a deep inspiration, for example, the signals reaching the respiratory centers, some of them spill over into the remaining and the CVS centers around. Centers that I'm talking about are, you might have heard about RVLM, rostral ventrolateral medulla, VMC, vasomotor center, and all of this. So all the centers are present very close. So this is how breathing can influence the heart rate, and that is absolutely normal. This is called as sinus arrhythmia. Okay. So in an otherwise asymptomatic individual, if you have this phasic variations with breathing, you should not be worried. This is sinus arrhythmia. Now moving on to the diseases, irregular rhythm. When can you get? Irregular rhythm can be present in the form of, in two ways actually. Normally it should be regular, but if you come across an irregular rhythm, you have to be now focusing on whether this irregularity is regularly irregular or it is irregularly irregular. So what does this mean? क्या difference आपको समझ आ रहा है from these two words? Literal meaning regularly irregular and irregularly irregular है. क्या बताइए?
Regularly irregular, then the irregularities are occurring at a regular interval.
Very good.
If it is irregularly irregular, then it's just
chaos. Yes. So regularly irregular का मतलब है there is some, sit down please, some type of irregularity, but this is occurring at regular intervals. So the irregularity has a certain periodicity. Say for example, in certain types of AV blocks, you will come across one, say Wensbeck phenomena. Have you read? So you go and read. So AV blocks may you come across situations like after every 3 beats, 1 beat might be dropped, right? Then the cycle repeats again. So this is an example. So it could be 2 beats and 1 beat getting dropped. Again an example. The opposite can also be happen. 2 beats followed by 1 extra beat, 1 ectopic beat. What is an ectopic beat? Any impulse or contraction of the heart which arises from a site outside the conducting system. SA node, AV node, bundle of His and branches, इसके बाहर और कहीं से भी impulses अगर आ रही है तो we call this as ectopic sites. So there is some ectopic site in the heart and that ectopic site regularly एक extra impulse produce कर रहा है. So if you look at the ECG, you might come across every 2 beats followed by 1 ectopic beat. If you feel the pulse, after every 2 beats there is 1 extra beat. So you'll find that there is one irregularity, but it is repeating at certain intervals. So this happens when, as I said, when there are ectopics. Ectopic beats can happen when in a state of, say, acute sleep deprivation, you're subjecting yourself to high intake of caffeine, tobacco or alcohol. So if all of this come together, you find ectopics. Ectopics can also be produced by the disease of the heart itself. That is also a possibility, right? That can also occur. Moving on to the other one, irregular means there is a complete chaos. So there is no type of periodicity, nothing, right? So this can be produced when there are multiple ectopics producing the multiple contractions of the heart. Moving on to the third point, that is pulse volume. So what do we mean by pulse volume? First what we'll do is we'll feel the pulse. करिए एक साथ हाथ पे feel करो पहले. Feel for 10 seconds. Right? Full attention के साथ ध्यान से feel करना है. So now everyone get up in your places. Now you jump for 10 times. Jump. What difference do you feel? Feel the pulse again. You did not jump. पीछे, if you think कि आप आधा इंच ऊपर गए, if you consider it as a jump, then I have nothing to say. क्या difference feel हुआ आपको? Beat is faster. और कुछ? यही कहा इन्होंने, beat is faster. Heart से ही आया beat. और कोई change? Anyone? Did you feel any change? Rate ज़्यादा हो गया और कुछ?
A little increase in the pressure.
Pressure, little increase. So she made some effort, so she found a little increase. So whatever you did exercise, that was not exercise enough. दोबारा करो, not 20 times. Did you feel any change? Yes. क्या change हो? Rate increase हो और कुछ? किसने कह दिया आंसर ये ऐसे ही? Pressure, sure. Sit down, please. Sit down. So all of you agree that the rate has increased, है ना? तो rate के बारे में we have already talked. But if you have done it carefully, you also must have felt that this time it was more forceful, है ना? ये हुआ feel या नहीं? Forceful था. So this particular aspect that you just felt, this is what you call as pulse volume. Intensity or force or thrust with which the pulse is felt on the palpating finger. This is called as pulse volume, right? तो ये जो एक्टिविटी था, this was for you to appreciate कि pulse volume हम क्या imply कर रहे हैं. This does not mean कि when the patient comes you ask him to jump, है ना? Be sure about this. Because this is a orientation class I am telling you कि so that you can appreciate. Blood pressure में you have come across one term called as pulse pressure, systolic minus diastolic, right? So pulse pressure also refers to the same thing, but it is a mathematical expression. More the difference between systolic and diastolic, higher is the pulse pressure, mathematical expression है, and clinically if you feel the pulse volume, higher is the pulse volume. Fine. Now pulse volume के लिए you do not have a normal range. Like for rate you had 60 to 100. Volume के लिए you do not have a normal range. So normal state में, rest में, whatever intensity you feel, this is called as moderate volume pulse. And you have to keep on feeling it habitually so that your brain registers कि this is normal volume, right? बार बार जब आप feel करोगे, then at some point of time, if you come across a low or a high volume, you would know from experience that this volume is low. है ना? तो इसीलिए you have to keep on feeling the pulse volume again and again. So hostel में whenever you go, feel your own pulse volume. Roommate का भी हाथ पकड़ लो and feel करो what is the pulse volume. Right? Make it a habit so that your brain is accustomed to the normalcy. ठीक है? Now low volume pulse is also called as a hypovolemic pulse or a hypokinetic pulse. Low volume pulse is seen in different types of shock. Right? So when there is blood loss from the body, fluid loss from the body, or say the heart is contracting weaker, heart failure. So the pulse volume is weaker, it is low. Opposite extreme में dynamic circulation में जितने भी causes थे, in all of this, the pulse is of high volume. So, कौन से examples if you remember? Exercise, fever, pregnancy, anemia. So as I said, circulation is faster and also vigorous. That means the heart is contracting stronger. Circulation, okay. So the contraction is not only faster, it is also stronger. So when there is a stronger contraction, the Windkessel effect, the expansion recoil starting में, it will be higher, right? So and the wave that you get here will also be stronger. So that is how you explain. It can also be seen in valvular heart diseases like aortic regurgitation, patent ductus arteriosus, and a lot of other situations. So few causes you remember, right? The list is there in the book. Okay, after pulse volume, I'll skip character phone now. I'll go to the next one, condition of vessel wall. The condition of vessel wall we have to focus now on the wall of the artery, right? So to do this, what you have to, there is a small maneuver. Now, do you remember the functions of the fingers? Proximal का क्या था function? And by varying the pressure, you can regulate the pressure wave. So firmly you have to apply pressure here. पहले तो ये है, right? Firm, so that you are obliterating the pressure wave. Firm pressure. Now the distal finger is brought close to the first one, right? And again firm pressure is applied, and this part of the artery is squeezed out of its blood. आया समझ में? Proximal जैसा हम लोग पहले रख रहे थे, you place it like this. Now proximal दो finger में you apply pressure and obliterate the pressure wave from traveling further, and the distal finger is brought close to the proximal one, and this part of the artery is squeezed out of its blood. Now with the middle finger, try to roll the artery on the bony surface. Focus on the wall of the artery. Do you feel the wall of the artery? You have all handled arteries in your DH. Dissection में आपने किया है already. So now do you feel the arterial wall after this? I am showing the process again. Firm pressure on the proximal finger, then distal finger से we squeeze out the blood from this part, and middle finger से we roll the artery on the bony surface. हो गया? That is what you have to tell me. How do you feel? You tell me. So clinical level, you have to be very honest with your findings. How did you feel? You tell me. Firm. Artery, again I am repeating, you have handled arteries in the DH, you know how it feels. Did you feel the artery? Yes. Yes, correct. Now roll karo, हाँ, middle finger से roll. So normally the arterial wall is not palpable, right? अगर किसी को नहीं feel हुआ, that is normal. Right? Anticlimax. Now why is it so? In young adults, the arterial wall is more elastic. So that's why because of this elastic nature, it is not felt. If you have elderly people in your family at home, and then if you do the same thing, you will feel that the arterial wall is felt like a cord, right? Distinctly. So with aging, the elasticity is lost and it is replaced by sclerosis. This is called as arteriosclerosis. It is not atherosclerosis. Aging related change, you will find that the arterial wall becomes hard. So in them you can feel the wall of the artery distinctly. Young adults may, because it is soft, because it is elastic, it is not palpable. That is an absolutely normal finding. Synchronicity, the next one. Synchronicity, we mean that two or more events, are they occurring at the same point of time or not? So we compare the two radial arteries, right, on both sides. How do you compare? Position remains as we have been doing. The fingers also remain like this. So now I am paying attention to whether the pulse on both sides are felt together or not. Right? So normally because the heart is the same, right, and there is no defect in the arterial tree as such. So on both the sides the pulses are synchronized. You can also express it in terms of radio-radial delay. So when the pulse is synchronized on the right and left, there is no radio-radial delay. There are two ways of expressing the same thing. A similar comparison we do between the radial artery and the femoral artery. If you palpate the radial artery with one hand and the femoral with the other, and if you compare, are they occurring together or not, you will find that in normal conditions, they are occurring simultaneously. In diseases like coarctation of aorta, disease of the aortal wall of the aorta, there is a delay in the femoral pulse. Right? So normally this also does not have a delay. Now coming to the last one that I skipped, character. Character is one aspect that is not clinically recordable. Character is digitally recordable with instruments. Right? In cardiac cycle, you must have read about the pressure waveform of the aorta. Same pressure waveform is transmitted to the peripheral arteries also. Do you remember reading like something like this? There is an upstroke because of the ejection of the blood into the aorta, followed by a downstroke when the heart is in diastole, right? And you have a notch here. Now this waveform, if this appears, it is a normal waveform. Now if the waveform is abnormal, so it signifies some type of disease. So there is a disease pulse called as pulsus alternans. What happens? Alternately, the pulse waveform is stronger and weaker. So it keeps on happening alternately. Pulsus alternans. It is seen in acute left ventricular failure. It can also happen that sometimes the pulse there is a rapid upstroke followed by a rapid downstroke. Collapsing pulse or water hammer pulse. All of this is there in the book. A slowly rising pulse, slowly rising low volume pulse, seen in aortic stenosis. Pulsus parvus et tardus. A high volume pulse, pulsus magnus. Right? So all of these variations, if you see digital tracings mein the waveform is abnormal, you have to accordingly think about something. And the list is there in the book. You can go through the abnormal characters. One character you can demonstrate clinically. Collapsing pulse is seen in a lot of conditions. Two important conditions to remember is, one is aortic regurgitation and the other one is patent ductus arteriosus. Do you remember what is ductus arteriosus? No? Something to do with the fetal circulation? आया या नहीं याद कुछ? Fetal life में there is a communication between the pulmonary trunk and the aorta, right? So this is a very vital structure for fetal circulation. But as soon as the child is delivered, immediately there is a physiological closure of this particular pathway, and by 3 months there is an anatomical closure also. Some people this might remain patent, right? So this is called as patent ductus arteriosus. So what happens is, in these 2-3 conditions, the pulse shows a rapid upstroke followed by a rapid downstroke. Now to demonstrate this, you feel the arterial pulse with the finger pads now, right? Because you have to hold it like this. So only in this particular examination, so I have held it like this, and the other hand steadying the shoulder, and after this, so if you do this, you will feel the pulse. You do abruptly raise the upper limb. So when this is done, in these patients that I mentioned, you will find that the pulse has disappeared because of the collapsing nature. When you bring it back to normal again, you will feel the pulse again. Now normally ये चीज़ नहीं होगा. But in these diseases, you will find that as soon as you take it up, the pulse will disappear and reappear on putting it back. Fine. This is called as the collapsing pulse or water hammer pulse. Now this you have to answer only when you are asked. Can you demonstrate or elicit any abnormal character? तभी आपको बोलना है कि yes, I can demonstrate water hammer pulse and this is the way. For all others, the way of examination remains this 3 fingers. Is it clear? So now all of you will be going to the lab.